of everything at CarolJo's, which is a place where community and creativity come together, and we talk about jewelry making and running our small businesses if we have them, that type of thing. So here we do twice a week, we do chats. We just did one earlier today, and that is your time to ask questions about running a small business or about making jewelry. And then we also share tips and tricks of jewelry making and such. It's our time just to come together and talk and uplift each other. Then twice a week we do tutorials. Tonight is a tutorial. We are going to do the Whisper Suede choker necklace tutorial. And then, hey Nordic Luna. And then on Wednesday, we are going to do the Suede fringe earrings, where we are going to, for both of the projects, use a finding that is called a ribbon end crimp. And it's what you can put on the end of ribbons so that you can turn it into jewelry. You can use wet ribbon, faux suede, and all that type of stuff. So that's what we'll be doing here. And then throughout the week, we're going to have other live events. We have one tomorrow at 2 p.m., and that is the encore event. We have one on Wednesday night at 8 p.m., and that is a bead event. We're going to have a second encore event on Thursday at 2 p.m. and we'll have another bead event on Saturday at 10 a.m. Hi, Maria. How are you doing? I hope your pain is down and that you're being able to move around. I was like wondering if she had told you. All right. Hi, Robin. Oh, good. Good. So as always, here on TikTok, we've got our shares already. If we can get to that 10,000 likes, we'll be doing giveaways. Hi, Gladys. And so we will not have lives this week on Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday evening. I have plans, and so it's not going to happen. Sorry. It's going to be only twice this week during the week, which isn't normal. So what we are going to make, it is right here. And this is, I'm wondering if I can get this here. It's not going to look like a choker on this neck, I will warn you guys. And that is because of the fact that this neck is so narrow compared to our normal neck. But what we're going to do is that we're going to take faux suede and we're going to create what would be a choker. It normally would be up here if that's where you want it at. And you're going to use these items here that are called ribbon crimp ends, or ribbon end crimps. I think that's the name of them. All of a sudden it went out of my head what they're called. But that is what we're going to be using. Then we will also use 6mm split rings. You can see the split ring there. We're going to use some chain. That's what we're going to use to create the extender. So we all don't have the same size neck. So you'll make it smaller and put the extender on it so that it can lengthen or be smaller, just depending on your neck. And then we're also going to use a lobster claw clasp to do the closure. So it really doesn't take a whole lot of items to create this simple choker. So I want to do a couple of different looks with this so that you can see different ways that you can make this necklace and turn it into whatever you would like it to be. So tools that you're going to need. I need 2 of the chain nose pliers. I will need, as soon as I can get it out of my chain, there we go, my split ring pliers. I need a pair of scissors. I need a ruler. And I think that's what we're going to need for tools. For our supplies for this, and I need to bring up my backup account so I can see comments, everybody. So I didn't do that already. So give me a moment while I do that. All right. This is how I get the faux suede. That's what we're going to use tonight because it's called Whispering Suede. So it comes on a roll, and I have cut it down into, I can't remember, I think they're 1 meter, but don't quote me, pieces. So I have all the different colors in here that we can choose from. It doesn't have to be a black or a brown. Yes, I will, Robin. What I have available will be up for claiming on Saturdays, 10 a.m. There are different colors. I will tell you, I might not have all of these colors still available for that one, but we will see, okay? What else you're going to need is, of course, some sort of chain. You can use whatever kind of chain you want. You will need the crimp ends here. And these I will have on Saturday also. And I have them in different colors. We have gold. We have the antique bronze. We're going to have silver. We'll have platinum. I think there's one other color in there, but I can't see it right the second to let you know. But we'll have those. And what else you're going to need is the lobster claw clasps. And this is a 12 by 6 millimeter size. And then we're going to need 2 6 millimeter split rings. Okay. So that is what you're going to need. Let me set that over there. Let me set this up here. I need to get my bead mat out. And we are going to learn how to make this. This is a really simple, easy necklace to make. When you see it all put together, I'm like, it is. Hold on. There. All right. I also still have not brought up my backup account to read comments. When I go down, I won't be able to see comments. There we go. All right, I'm going to point you all down so that you can see how to make this step by step, okay? Hold on, everybody. We're going down. There we go. All right. So a typical choker is going to be 16 inches plus you're going to have a 2 to 2.5 inch extender. So when you think about that and we look at, whoops, it's up here. You will also add length to this for your 2 6 millimeter split rings and your 12 millimeter lobster claw clasp. So right there, we're going to add that length to it. I want to find out what the length of that is, and that is 1 inch. Between 3/4 and 1 inch. The reason why you need to know what this will be with whatever components you're using is because if I want to make this whole entire thing 16 inches, I need to know I need to make this then 15 inches. I need to take off for my findings. So I'm going to cut a piece of the faux suede in a 15-inch piece. Hi, Cece. So what I'm going to do is that when you get this, if you end up doing them on Saturday, they will come in a bag like this and they'll be in a circle like that. What you need to do is just grab it and pull on each end, no matter if it's on a spool or like that. The reason being is that it's been in a circle and it won't, it will have little curves. And so because of that, you want to get rid of those so it doesn't add extra length to the necklace. So just pull on it and stretch it. And we're going to measure out 15 inches. And we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut that off at 15 inches. Okay. And you can use whatever colors. One of the colors for the summer is like the purples, the pinks, this yellow. This is actually Papaya Whip. I just love that name, Papaya Whip. I'm like, how did it ever come up with that name? I have no idea. We will need 2 of our ribbon end crimps. You're going to put 1 on each side. These crimps will come in different sizes. This one I believe is the 6x6, but don't quote me, size. If your cord, if it were like 2 millimeters and we've got a 6, you can use 3 pieces of this cord and stack them on each other to get to that 6 wide. You can use them where like this is just a little bit bigger than the crimp end. You just want to put it in the center and crimp it. It's not a bad thing. It's an okay thing to do that. They come in different sizes, but for Saturday, this is the only size I'm going to have available. You take your crimp end. You see how it's got little teeth? Let me see if I can get that to focus there for you guys. He has little teeth like, there you can see them. I'm trying to get YouTube to, there we go. And those teeth are going to crimp down onto the end of our faux suede. So you just put that in there, grab your pliers. And so you're going to put it in there so it goes in there, but it's not pushed up against the edge or it's not down here. You want it to be in there at a good amount, but not too much and not too little. All you do is push this down with your pliers. Get that crimp in there. Pull on it to make sure it stays, and that one worked. Now we're going to go to our other end. And we are going to put this crimp end on this one. Grab our pliers again. And get that one in there just like that. And then press it down. I want to make sure I'm getting it on there straight. I kind of turned. And then press it down. And he is crimped on there. And I'm going to test it out. And he is. So we're good. He is on there. Now, we're going to take our split ring, open it up by using that little doohickey at the top here. I don't know what other name to call it. And we are going to go between the 2 circles at the end a little. You see where we're right at the end there? So that you can get this to be, there is a little loop with a hole. We're going to put that through here. Whoop, I didn't get it on. Oh, yep, I did get it on, maybe. We'll see. I'm going to grab my pliers and see if I can spin that. Yep, I got it on there. Whew, he didn't really feel like he was on there, but he is. All right. He is on. Now, I am going to open up my split ring again, like that. Try to get it to focus. Focus, there we go. And then we're going to take our lobster claw clasp and put that on and spin that around. I took it off of there and this is not going to work. I'll explain why in a second. I'm going to take this one off. So what happens is that when you put the lobster claw clasp on, the hole for the clasp down here at the bottom is not big enough that the 2 wires of that split ring are going to go around. Yes, these are different than what I had. I can't find the ones I have that I have up for grabs. I honestly don't know where they went to. This is my pair that I've had for 20 years. All right, that's on there, I think. Nope, he's not on. They're somewhere in this room. I just have not found them, and I have searched high and low. And now watch, I'll find them. Yeah, check B's room. That's what it seems like. No, I'm not. I still have the split ring pliers that we had before. They are available on the www. There we go. I got it on there. There is a difference in the split ring pliers, everybody. Some of them will make it really easy to open. Took it off, darn it. And some of them will make it hard. The ones that I have available that we've been talking about here are actually easier than this one. That's why I want to find them. And I might just have to go grab a second pair. Well, let's get you on there. There we go. Just stay on. Let's go around. There we go. There. Now I need to get, I think on this side, I am going just to put the chain. I'm going to do on this end the closure. So we're going to try, we do the same thing on both ends where you put the split ring onto the crimp. Both sides. One side's going to have chain and the other side will have the lobster claw clasp. There we go. Okay, got that one on. Now let's get this on with our closure. There we go. Oh my Lord, this did not happen to me earlier. It's only because it's the live. It's gonna happen. Oh boy, we're gonna take off our, it came off that, I did not have that happen when I created the example. So I'm just laughing at myself that it's happened on both ends. All right. Oh, I know what I did earlier. I got it part way on and then I remember now. And then I put the lobster claw clasp and I spun it around all at once. That's how come it worked. That's what you need to do, okay? Hi, Lulu. I forgot I'd done that. That is... Now, if you knew that size was perfect for the person and you didn't need to do an extender, you can stop there. But if you don't know if it's going to be exactly right for them, take a piece of chain between 2 and 2.5 inches. I'm just going to do a 2-inch one on this one. So we're going to open up this one. Open up that link. On the end that doesn't have the lobster claw clasp, put that link on there and then close it up. How you open up chain is just like you open a jump ring. You find where that opening is at, put one of your chain nose pliers on one side and put one on the other and put one towards you and one away from you. When you go to close it, you go the opposite way you went to open it and bring those right next to each other so that you don't have a gap there where that link is coming back together. It's back together. And that is how you put an extender onto yours. Thank you, Ashley, for doing that. I can't read them all, but I can tell you're commenting over there, so thank you. So that is how you create that. Now, if you're someone, I want to do another one of these in just a moment, but I want to show you ways that you can dress this up, and it's just not a choker type thing. If you are making this for someone who has shorter hair, like I have long hair in the back, it's not going to make a difference to do this. But if you're someone that has shorter hair, you can dress up this end by putting a bead on the end of it. So I'm just going to grab a bead here. We have some of the, this is where I put those beads that we used the other day. So do I want that one or, ooh, let's do that one. And I might have to find a head pin here. You're going to just take a bead, whatever kind of bead you want to decorate it. You're going to take a head pin. Let me find a head pin in here. I need to grab my round nose pliers and a pair of cutters, flush cutters, to do this. Here's my round nose pliers, and then here, is this a flush cutter? Yep, flush cutter. So we're going to take our head pin, put our bead on the head pin, like that. We are going to take our round nose plier, and we are going to put that bead right to the bottom of the circle part here. Go 90 degrees away from us. Reposition your tool so it is 45 degrees in that angle, and bring this around to the top until that gets down towards that bead. You're going to loosen this up and move that from the bottom to the top, that one, and then do that, and you're going to have a circle. Open up that circle and add it to the last link. Close it up, grab your chain nose plier, do like a barber pole where you're just stacking those down the head pin, and then cut off the end piece. There we go. And then in the back, you've created a little dangle for decoration for your choker necklace. This is what will work if you're someone who has shorter hair. Mine, it would get caught in my hair, so I probably wouldn't put it on mine. But if someone wants it, that's something you can do to add to it. Another thing that you can do to add to it is you can put another bead here on the front and have that bead dangling down. Like here we have that, for my own necklace, we have the stack here. You could create that stack if you wanted it up here. I don't like to do a lot of long when I have them up. I rather have something short. But you can do a pendant. You could actually do a charm. I have the charms down here. This is where I store my charms between our charm events. And I'm going to find one in here that we can just add to it. And right on top, we have a flower one. We have crosses. We have the sun. We have butterflies. I think I want to do the butterfly. So let me grab the butterfly. Maybe I can get it open. Now I need to find my jump rings here. They're in a container here. I have my jump rings in a circular thing, just so that I have all the different sizes just ready handy. And I've never thought about, should I bring these for you guys so that you guys can put your jump rings into something like this? Or do you guys have containers like that already? All right. Just like we did with that link, one towards you, one away. When you figure out where that hole is at, you put on your jump ring, the pendant, maybe. She's not here, and I'm using purple and the butterfly all in one. And that's all you need to do to add on that decoration of a butterfly. Let me grab the neck. Here it is, so you guys can see this better. That is what it'll look like. So I'm going to come up for a second and show you something, all right? There's a reason why I want to come up. So part of why I wanted to do a very simple necklace, you know, we did the choker that looked like this. Hold on. I got all these necklaces. So, but these are going to both be chokers. So you can have this up here and these two can, you know, to me compete with each other. But if this is a choker, I might just want some regular chain to go around this like that. You know, you can stack your necklaces. And that's what I want you guys to see, is that you can stack. I'm going to take this one off and I want to show you what I mean. Because this necklace doesn't go with that one. There we go. My fingernail is caught in it, in my hair. There we go. So you can do that. Now, if you wanted to stack chokers, you sure can. There's the end. Had to find the... But I'm not... I mean, so you can do like that. There we go. See? If you wanted to, you can add on... I don't know how long this chain is. Let me find... There it is. The clasp blended in. Oh, that's a little bit long. So I'm going to make it a little bit shorter because this has got the big chain, so I can make it shorter to fit the necklace. Like that. See? This is the stacked look. It is not my look, but that's what it is. So using what we've been putting together recently, you can put these all together. Woohoo! We'll do it in just a second here, as soon as I can get these all off, because it's like, this is not me. And I won't be able to put my hair in the back because I would have to wear my hair up on a day like this. Thank you, Ashley. So what I wanted to say is that you can do these looks and do it all together with what we're teaching you. But you guys were asking this last week, how do we use those ribbon ends? And that's how you do it, is that you use just the different type of faux suede. Or you can use ribbons. We're going to use ribbons in Wednesdays. Yep, that's how you do it. We just did it. And the thing is that if you use something where you can do the extender on them, I have the extender on the faux suede, our Whisper faux suede. I had the extender on this one. We've got the extender on this one. And we also have just a plain chain. And what you're going to see is that this chain, and this piece of chain are all the same chain. So when you would have them and see them from the back, it's going to look uniform together. But you can put those all stacked together and you get to change how you want it to stack up because you have the extenders. That's the one thing when you're dealing with them right here, those necklaces need extenders. All extenders is some sort of chain. So I hope that helps you guys. Now we're going to do our giveaway here. So I got to pick a color. Whoops. You guys are going to laugh at this one, but it is a 3-word color. 3 words. I don't think we've done a 3-word in like forever. I'm not trying to make it difficult. When you guys figure it out, you'll be like, oh, duh. So, well, goodness gracious, someone got it right away. I told you guys would be able to get it. I haven't even been able to write this yet, so we're going to hold on just a second. I didn't even see who it was. I just saw that somebody got it. Robin. Well, I think she probably got it because it was part of her name. Someone else got it. Let's see who else did. Geraldine. The color is Robin Egg Blue. So congratulations, Rhonda. You will have 5 creative credits towards your invoice. Yay! So some of the things that I wanted to let you guys know is I wanted to, in tonight, you know, it was funny because I said earlier, I wanted to be able to make different necklaces so that you guys can see all the difference. Here we did a single of the faux suede. We have on there a bead on the end to do the decoration in the back of your neck. We have a charm on here. You can leave them plain if you want. You're very welcome. You don't have to have all of that on there. So the other necklace that I wanted to show you is where you use 2 or 3 colors. With this size of the crimp end, it will be a two of them. You can do them both the same color. You can have them different colors. I'm going to keep them both the same color. Thank you, Patty, for the bubbly time. Yay! Okay, that's funny. I couldn't even set a gift goal earlier, and then all of a sudden it says that it got there. I didn't set one. It was cute. I love that one. I'm like so excited. I want to see the new SpongeBob movie. I have no idea what it's going to be about, but I want to watch it. So let's see. What color could we do? Okay, here we go. Yes, it is a 1 meter size length that you'll get in each bag. They're turquoise, this one's turquoise color, faux suede cords that are 2.5 to 2.8 millimeters wide by 1.5 thick. So that'll tell you how big they are. And they are 0.5 is the value for 1 meter. I have a whole box full of colors. We can go through some of the colors here once we get done with this second example. I just got to pick out a color, and I don't know what color to do. Maybe we'll do, I don't know if I want that pink. That's a bright pink. Maybe this one. This is another one of the colors for the spring, summer. I'm going to point you guys down again. Okay. Here we go. Whoops. There we go. So this time I'm going to do 2 pieces that are 15 millimeters after I stretch it, because remember it's been on the circle, the spool, and so he's gonna, if we don't stretch it, he'll be too long. There is 1 piece. Now for the second one, I don't measure it out on the ruler. I line these up, go down, and then cut it even with this one. All right, I'm gonna get rid of these off of the desk. Okay, now I'm going to bring both of these ends together, take my ribbon end crimp, put it over both pieces just like we did with the purple. We're going to do the same thing here. You don't want to be too far up, but you don't want to be too far down. We want that centered over both of them, and then press it down. So it'll be like this. It is faux suede, Danelle. Faux suede. We're going to take both ends, just run our fingers down them, and sometimes they will get a little bit, like, you see how they're uneven? I want them to be even. So I'm just going to take and cut these off just so that they're both even. Just cut off just a little hair of it so they're both even. So that when we put this in that crimp, they're not like one's higher than the other. We're going to put that in so that we're in there, but not too far. Get it centered over both of them. See how it's centered over both? I want to move it over just a little bit like that. And then just take I'm just taking my flat nose pliers and pressing them together. I will show you the type of flat nose pliers. I'm pulling on that one. It's not coming off. My flat nose, holy, I got on there, doesn't have the ridges in here. Some of them that I have on the WWW do have the ridges. When you're doing this one, you want to have one that doesn't have ridges so that it doesn't leave marks inside of that textured crimp. So do that with those that don't. You're welcome, Danielle. And then I'm going to, once again, they're over here. I'm like, where did I put those back? I need 2 split rings, 2 6mm split rings, and 1 of the lobster claw clasp. I am going to take my split ring pliers, open up my split ring, put that on that little loop right here to add our closure. There we go. I'm just going to push it through just a little bit, not all the way around. Grab my crimp my crimp pliers, not my split ring opener, and then grab my lobster claw clasp and put that on the end. Grab my pliers and just twist that around, and I've got my lobster claw clasp attached to it with a split ring. What will I have available? We're going to do the same thing with just the split ring on this end. Yes, I will have those at Saturday in the 10 a.m. event. And we're going to spin that around. There we go. We're going to take about 2 inches of the chain. I'm going to show you guys what colors we're going to have available here after we get done with this necklace. Open these up. Take that off. Add that to our necklace on the end that doesn't have the lobster claw clasp. Bring this both back together. Yep. And we're going to close that up. And then you have one that when you wear it, I'm going to bring you guys back up so you can see what it looks like when you're wearing it. When you look at it down, it doesn't. You can use any chain you want, Robin. Any chain. The only thing I'm going to tell you here, I'm going to put this on there. You see how it's just a little bit thicker than, because it's 2 versus 1. That's the difference between these. You can decide if you wanted to put in a charm on there. What I would say is you would have to use a bigger jump ring than we used on this one. This one has about a 4mm jump ring. This one we're going to want a 5 or a 6 because you're going, at least a 6, because you're going through 2.5 times 2, which would be 5, or 2.8 times 2, which is 6.84. No, 6. 6.6. 5.6. 5.6. I got to get my math right. So you're going to want to use a 6mm because you're also going to have the circle from your charm on there. So that is why you want to use a bigger one when you're doing this one. Okay? But that's how easy and simple those are. So we're going to have that. We will have, and I'm going to grab some things here. I'm going to put away the tools for a second. Okay, there we go. All right. I'm moving some stuff off of the table so that we'll have room when we bring this over so I can show it all to you. And pick up stuff so I don't trip and fall, because that would be bad. Okay, here we go. For the crimp ends, we will have silver, gold, gunmetal, and light gold. Those are the colors that we are going to have available, everybody. You can braid 3 of them. I just stink at braiding. That's why I don't braid. You can even ask Buttercup. Buttercup likes getting her hair done, and I don't do hairstyles. My sister is the one that's an absolute fabulous braider, and her 2 daughters were like, yeah, no, don't touch my hair. I had kids that they're like, play with my hair, do up my hair, and I stink at it. All right, we're gonna have the papaya whip. See, we have lots of these available. Not every color is like that. So we're gonna have to go with, some will have a lot, some will not. We have black in there, and then we don't have very much of the white. We have like 4 or 5 bags of white. We will have Gainsborough. We have Peru is this color. We have Indian red. We have antique white, which that does not look white to me. We have saddle brown. We have, I got to get these all ready for you guys. So we will have lilac, blue violet, purple. We have yellow. We have olive green. Can't really see that one in there. There we go. That was a better way. We have golden. We have a lot of different colors, everybody. We have pink. This is pearl pink. This one is deep pink. I know the olive is pretty. We have coral. There's the coral. Fire brick, which is the red. Here we have brown. That to me looks like brown red. Green yellow. We have turquoise. Perusian. We do not have very many of the Perusian. Aqua is low also. Hey, we have some more white, everybody. I found more white. I'll combine those 2 together. We have floral white. Pink. This is just the plain pink. And there's 2 more. This one is sienna. And then this one is light khaki. Woohoo, we got to over 20K tonight, everybody. I'm going to put those in rainbow order and then neutral order from lightest to darkest. There's like some of these, like the olive has 49. The deep pink, I have 27, if those numbers are correct. I got to check those numbers. And then when I did this the last time, it was before I did, I'm going to say between 20 and 30. But remember, you're getting 1 meter in a bag for 0.5. They are a 2.5 to 2.8 by 1.5. You guys are going to laugh. I'm like, what happened to... I must have thrown those in there. Yep, they are. I'm like, what happened to the crimp ends? Whew. We got it. And what these will be is that there are the 4 different metal colors. There's 4 different colors, it looks like. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4 metal colors. And they are going to have 10 in the bag. If you are going to do the choker necklaces, you have to remember there's 39 inches in a meter. It's 39.4. And if you use 15 inches, you will have 2 for sure. And then you'll have like about 9 inches left over. And you can make bracelets with those. I do not have any connectors on hand right now. You can use the connectors, and then as with a lobster clasp on each side, and then you connect it with that, and you can change out your connector. I don't know. I'm going to double check. One was antique white and one was floral white, and I want to make sure that they are all the right ones. I just went downstairs and grabbed the box today. And so I will double check those. I will get them all individually so that I can just put them into your guys' baskets as you guys are claiming. We'll probably do this one downstairs in the kitchen just because of that box. It has so many in it. It'll just be easier, I think, overall. So we'll be doing it in the kitchen on Saturday. So for sure you can make... If you're going to do 1 strand, or you can do 2 or 3 strands, depending on if you've got some of the connectors that we've had before. So it just all depends. We're going to have the, I want to do some, it's going to probably be a little bit of a longer live on Saturday, because I want to bring in some of the gorgonias. I have the 6mm cat eye. We only have, or sorry, not cat eye, glitter. I have 2 cat eyes, and I was thinking about bringing those on Wednesday nights live. And then Saturday, we can start doing the glitter. I want to do those. I want to do some pendants that, if I can find any pendants that will go on there. Because I'm not doing any charms this month because of not having any Friday night lives. And so I don't, unless you guys have charms, I'm like trying to make sure you guys have everything so that you can do that. And then I thought I would bring in some different types of beads that you guys, if you wanted to do this with having the bead on that side. So I'll probably bring in some glass beads. I'm looking at that we would probably bring in a couple of the Hagar items, that type of thing. So I want to get some different shape beads just to make it like decorative. I just grabbed what was right behind me here. But if you can do, like, if we've had those heart beads, we've had the flower beads, those shapes. If I can find some fun shapes like that, that's what I want to bring for Saturday to have that. And then I will have the antique bronze, because I'm going to bring the gold chain to Wednesday nights. Yes, a teardrop bead would be perfect on the end of that too. Yep. The next acrylic flower. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to bring acrylic this weekend or not. I can see if, do you want one on Wednesday night, Robin? Or not Robin, Lori? Would that work for you? I just got to remember to grab it. Not this week? Okay, I can hold off. What I was really thinking for this week is, yeah, the yellows are cool, aren't they, Patty? I packaged someone's up today, and I was like, those are really cool. I was going to say, we've got, I can't remember what colors. No, it's okay, because I literally was trying to keep it with low key this week, because we've had like back-to-back-to-back weeks where it's been higher than normal. And the thing is that I don't want you guys to be like, okay, I can't go. So that is why when you guys asked about the crimp ends, I was like, oh, this would be a perfect week because the faux suede, yes, you might be, if you ended up getting, let's say you ended up with 30 packages, it's only 50.5 per each. That's like 15. So I'm like, that's doable. And you're getting a lot of different colors to choose from. Literally what I was thinking. So hopefully your guys' lists won't be that high this week. It just means that I'm just going to be like, I'm okay. I do think about that when I'm bringing stuff, everybody. Ryan and I have this thing where I said there's at least 1 week in every month that is going to be a little lower because we got to give you guys a break. Just what I think. You guys can laugh at me if you want. I got to put my necklace back on. My regular one. All right. Yep, it's holiday week. Next week, Saturday, it might be a long live, but I will tell you, I will not be invoicing on Saturday. Oops, I said the wrong word. I will not be creating your list on Saturday. Because as soon as we get done, we're probably going to head to, with my daughter's birthday. If you guys want to talk about Christmas always being a holiday week where it's a lot of money, let me tell you, when Ryan and when I met him, I was like, oh. At the end of the day, I'm like, this is like the most expensive week of the year. 2 birthdays and Christmas in 6 days. I try to keep the values of everything down, Patty. I really, really, really try to. I am trying to source out so that it makes sense. If I can't source it and it makes sense that you can get it here, I will tell you, you should go here instead because I don't want to be like constantly competing. And I know there's going to be times like the lollipop crimps. I seriously still cannot get those at a price that makes sense. Like for what I get them for is the same cost that you guys would be able to get them otherwise. These ones, I was looking to see, that's why I went to grab this. This one is a 6x6. Yep, we have two, this is the way my family is, you guys, you can laugh. Ryan and Courtney, same week. Middle of January is Kennedy. Buttercup and mine are February. And then in July is my mother-in-law and Val and Trayson. Oh yeah, they are. They are. You just need this. And then, yeah, yours are closer than ours. Our boys are sorry, not boys. Val and Trayson are actually 18 days apart. So I had Val on the 9th and Ryan had Trayson on the 27th. They're 18 days apart. And when we would go out in public, people would be like, oh, you guys have twins. Yeah, no, not twins. And they're born the same year. So they are actually literally 18 days apart. And then my father-in-law, my sister, and my brother-in-law are all in August. We have this thing where we pile up on the same time frames. What are you doing walking around blindfolded?
Okay.
Why do you have your sleep mask on? Walking around. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to say hi to him?
No.
What do you want, my hand? No, you cannot have your phone yet. It's not even 9.
It's 2 minutes away from 9.
I couldn't figure out what she wanted, and I figured it out. It was the phone. Oh, dear Lord, kid. I love you, but Jiminy Christmases. Robin says hi. She's got her sleep mask on. So did you move your tooth to the bathroom?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. The tooth fairy's gonna like that and probably will stop now. I told them on the 2 o'clock live that you moved the tooth. No, you cannot get in the
Guys, I'm
camera.
literally Christmas.
Oh, Jiminy. See, my sister and I had kids close together, but not that close together.
My son and nephew were at least 2 weeks apart.
Less than 2 weeks apart. Hello, hello.
I did daycare for my nephew. Why are we talking about kids? I'm so confused.
Because we were talking about birthdays and how next week is the most expensive week. Your mama's birthday, Christmas, and then Opa's birthday.
And then my birthday.
Nope, Kennedy. Remember, Kennedy's January.
And then my birthday.
Yeah, and then it's your birthday.
And it's my dad's birthday, and then it's your birthday.
Yep.
And then it's Helen's birthday.
Oh, yes, because she's March.
Yeah.
March 25th?
I don't know the day.
Yeah, I think she's the 25th.
Yeah, she is.
Jeez, you guys were all bing, bing, bing there, Robin.
My brother has his daughter in November. I had my son in February, and my sister had her son in March.
So they're all bing, bing, bing.
How?
Because it goes November, and then you have 3 months, and then it's February, and then March. So in a 4-month period, they had 3 kids, or 4 months. November, so December, January, February, March, 4 months. Oh yeah, we didn't do 20K. Let's do that. Thanks for the reminder. Hey, you wanna pick the color?
Sure.
Put it in there. Hurry up. I always say that every time. Hurry up.
Well, I need to think of them. You can't rush me. Come here. I think they could read your lips. They could, bro.
This is a 2-word.
No, with no Y, bro.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Not that one. I did it wrong. Okay, so we're going to not do that one. We're going to do a different color.
The same thing with no Y.
They're going to get it because they see it.
They saw it?
They'll see it. Yes, they will.
Oh, okay. Then, get your paws away from there. I haven't picked it yet.
Oh, get my paws away. Did you hear her? Hurry up. How about... Okay, we'll do that one. There we go. It's a 2-word color. Oh, somebody got it. Let's see.
Of course, Gladius.
Gladys.
Oh.
You do glad, and then the Y is an I, so Gladys. Okay?
God, it was rose gold.
All right, the color was rose gold, and Gladys, you are the winner. You're going to get 5 creative credits towards your list. Woohoo!
Yay, Gladius.
She's just going to rename you Gladius. She's going to rename Gladys Gladius. That was her choice. She loves that color, don't you? Yep.
I'd rather pick rose gold over, like, pink, honestly.
Yep. That's all it takes. So, all right, everybody. We're going to go get Buttercup ready for bed. Give her
I
phone.
already am, bro.
Hey, not that word. I am Oma.
I already am.
I'll be back 2 o'clock tomorrow. It will be our first of the new one where we call it the Encore event. So come join us for that. We have 22 items for that one. So come see us tomorrow at 2. Bye, everybody.